Seder Chalitza Bekitzur Nimratz. The Yovan says in front of Bezdin that he doesn't want to do the mitzvahs Yibum, he is willing to do Chalitza instead, to be mater her Lashuk. And the Yevamot says the Posuk, Me'ein Yevomi lehokim leochiv, Shem beYisrael, Loi uvo yabemi. The Yovam says, Loi chofatzti lekachto. The Yevamot unties his shoe and takes it off from his foot. Then she spits in front of him, in front of the Bezdin. And then she says, Kocho yeyose lo ish asher lo yivne es beis ochiv. Benikro shemoi beYisrael beis Chalitza Hanoal. And the meaning is, the Bezdin should say Chalitza Hanoal, Chalitza Hanoal, and that is Chalitza Bekitzur. In the Mishnah, Perek Yud Beis, Kuf Gimel Omid Aleph, the Chalitza is me'akef, but Rekiko and the Kriyo is a machloikis. Rabbi Lozer says Rekiko is me'akef, and Rabbi Akiva says Rekiko is not me'akef. The Rambam paskens like Rabbi Akiva, and the Shulchan Aruch paskens like the Rambam. Simen Kuf Samech Tesiv Mem Gimel, Afilu lo koro velo rokeko, elo shecholzo bilvat, hachlizo כשרו במה דבונים אמורים, כשהויו יכולים לדבר, וכל שרואי לבילו הם בלעוז מהכבש. The Mishnah in Yevamot, Daf Kuf Daled Amud Aleph, Raglo ha'omur b'chalitzo is a machloikes, it means yemin or lav davke. The Chachomim says davke yemin, but Rabbi Lezer afilu b'smol. Loi the Chachomim, chalitza small is psulo, because we learn a gzeira shova from Metzoiro. Boihen raglo hayemonis, ma lehalon shel yemin, afkan shel yemin. Rabbi Lezer says we cannot learn from Metzoiro because it's not mufne. Yitzchok bar Yosef Omer b'shem Rabbi Yochanan muchlefes hashita. Rabbi Lezer poisel v'chachomim machshirin b'smol. The Rambam paskins chalitza b'smol is psulo, and the Ritva says that this is minatoiro. The Ritva is in Chulin Daf Tzadik base. Other Rishonim learned that the Rambam only passes midirabonon. Toisves brings a Rabon that is mashma from him that chalitzas small is ksheira. The Noida B'Yehuda holds is a sofik in the Rambam. The Chasam Soifer is doiched in the Noida B'Yehuda. If there is a sofik, if it's a yemin or small, some say it should be choletz with both raglaim, and some say that he cannot make chalitza at all because he doesn't have yemin kol ikar. Like we find the Chach Luniel in Mezuzah, if you don't have Yemin Vadai, they hold that the door is water from Mezuzah. The meaning is that Iter Regel is Choylet B'Shtei Raglaim, like the Ramo in Simen Kuf Samech Tesiv Chov Hei says. And as Machloikes Achroinim, which regel should he use first, the Yemin or the small? The Machloikes between the Tur in Maharam Milublin. The Tur says we go Bosor Yemin Shaloi, and the Maharam Milublin says no, you go Bosor Yemin Kol Odom. If the Chalitza was done with the wrong foot, she has to redo the Chalitza to all the brothers. So Memelo, by a Sofik Yemin small, some say she should be choiletz with both hands at both feet at the same time. Rabbi Kiva Ege wants to taine? No, she should be choiletz the katchila both shoes with one hand, with her right hand. But since we passing that her Yemin is not me'akev, she could be choiletz the katchila with both hands at both shoes at the same time. So she doesn't have to go and be choiletz again all the brothers. If there is no other brother, then there's no problem, and she could be choiletz v'zeh with the right hand. The day before the chalitza, everything should be prepared, and all the shilas that has to be mevurar should be mevarer before the day of the chalitza. You boidek, the shoe should fit the yovam, and if it's a sofik lefty, you should have two shoes. The tzura of the minol is in Shulchan Aruch Simen Kuf Samech Tes. The shliach bezdin, the day before the chalitza, cleans the shoe and cleans the foot of the choletz, cut his nails, and he teaches the Yevamot how to say the psukim that she has to read, and instruct her not to eat or drink till the chalitza. The reason why she shouldn't drink or eat before the chalitza is a minik as harchoko, what the Gemara says in Yevamos in Soif Perek Mitzvos Chalitza. Omar Rovo, ochlo temoro verokso, lo oseso velo klum. Ochal gargishto verokso, lo oseso velo klum. Maitamo, veyorko me'atzmo veleko. Has to be saliva that comes from natural cause, but if you eat something that makes the saliva, it's not kosher. Even though the Rif does not bring Bechlal this din from the Rovo, all the boys can bring it down, so we are machmir. And the Rosh says the minig is to be moinea mikol machol koidem hachalitzo, and that's the Tur also. He says it b'shem Sefer HaTruma, and the smak beRabbeinu Yitzchok. Also, her mouth should be covered with a tzoif when she comes in front of the dayonim, and if she has to spit out, she should spit out into the tzoif. And also, she should not speak too much the day of the chalitza, and she should not clean her teeth before the chalitza. The Rav is boired for dayonim to be with him. This should be mechashuvei ho'ir, and the two choshever dayonim out of the four, they should be together with him, and the second set should be the dayonim shel hoisofa. This dayonim should have sight in both of their eyes. Also, the dayonim should not have any mum psul machmas aveiro. Therefore, they should be meharher b'tshuva belibam. It should not become posulem lodin. And the Mishnah in Bechoros, Perek Dalet Mishnah Vov, Chof Tes Omid Aleph, Anoitel Schar Lodun Dinov Beteilim. And that's the Halacha in Choshen Mishpat Simen Tes Sif Hei. Brings a posuk. We learned from the Ma'amar that Moshe Rabbeinu said, Re'eh limadeti eschem chukim u'mishpotim kasher tzivani Hashem Elokoi. Ma ani bechinom, af atem bechinom. And Rashi brings it also in Chumash. Psak from Mari means that the Ramo brings down in Hilchas Chalitza. So from these Shloisha Dayonim, you have to make sure there should not be sitting anybody who takes Sochor. And the Trumas Adeshen says, B'Shem Maram Neumark, Yochol Hanilif Sol Kol HaChalitzois Shenoitlim Sochor. In Yevamos, in the beginning of Perek Yud Beis, Taf Kuf Aleph Amid Beis, also Yevim to Hashar El Azekeinim, Omar Rova, Tzrichi Dayone Lemikva Duchte. The Dayonim have to be kaveh a place. Rav Papa, Rav Huna, Breid Rav Yeshua, Avdi Uvde Bechamisho. And the Rambam and the Shulchan Aruch say this is only lekatchilo. Abidiyevedi, they were not kaveh mokoim, is kosher. And the inim from Chamisho is merumas in the posuk El Ha-Zekeinim. Hey Zekeinim, Baal Aturim. Targum Yonason says, Gimel Dayonim and 2 Eidim. The Choyed Nafkimino is, if it's Eidis, they have to stand. If it's Dayonim, they have to sit. Ben Mincha Lemariv, the Dayonim go to the Mokom HaChalitza. They have to be Koivea Mokom, saying, we're going to be Oiker from here, and be Koivea Mokom where the Chalitza is going to be. If they are already in the Mokom that's supposed to be the Chalitza, they have to go out and say outside, we are going to be Koivea Mokom over there. And the 3 Dayonim say to the 2 Dayonim, Neilech lemokom ploini, benikva mokom lachloitz im yirtze Hashem lemochor, leploini ben ploini, mi Yevamot ploinis bas ploini. And the 2 Dayonim Hanoisofim should not say anything. Only the 3 Dayonim speak. The 3 Dayonim get up, and the 2 Dayonim Hanoisofim behind them. When they come to the place, they are mesader the shulchan that the 3 Dayonim are going to sit, and the shulchan that the 2 Dayonim are going to sit. The mesader sits in the center, and the 2 Dayonim Achashuvim to his sides. And the other shulchan, the 2 Dayonim Hanoisofim. When they come there, all the 5 Dayonim say together, Vekan onu koivim mokim lachloitz im yirtze Hashem lemochor leploini ben ploini mi Yevamot ploinis bas ploini. Yesh vushom me'at, and they sit over there for a while, and this is done the day before. If the Chalitza Sunday is done Erev Shabbos. Lechoiro, they could have been mesader Moitzoi Shabbos, but since the minik is to be Koivea Mokim ben Mincha Lemarev, that could not be done Moitzoi Shabbos. So the minig is to do it Erev Shabbos, but not ben Mincha Lemarev, before Mincha. After Shachris, the Rav HaMesader tells the two dayonim, Neilech lemokum shekovonu mokum esmol lachalitza. And they should go with him, with the two dayonim hanoisofim behind them, and they should sit the way they sat the day before. B'mokum kvias hamokum. They should have 10 people over there, the 5 dayonim, the 2 edim, and the shamesh mitztaref to the shir asoro. The reason why you need asoro is not as dova shebekedusha, but like the Gemara says in Ksubos, Daf Zayin Amud Beis, Minaim lebirchas chasanim beasoro, shenemar vayikach asor anoshim mizikne hoir, vayomer shevu poi, vayeshevu. The posik is talking about Rus, and the Gemara says the reason is al spirsum hadover. The same thing with Yibum, al spirsum hadover. The meaning is to use 10 people, and lechoira is not leikuva. The dayonim are mehar b'tshuva again. The Rov is mitzaveh to the dayonim. They should hear careful to all the shalos and tshuvas that the Yovam and the Yevamot are being asked, and the 2 noisofim should not be noise v'noisen in dinei chalitza. The shamesh is machris that everybody should be quiet and should listen and should not make any tzeoko. The shamesh brings the Yevamot first, and afterwards the Yovam, and they stand in front of the dayonim. The Yovam covers his eyes with a hat, kederech avelus, and the Yevamot with a tzoif covering her mouth. Bezdim is mazhir the Yevamot. She should not speed up, not bifnei the Yovam, not bifnei Bezdin, until the Chalitza, because they say there is Chalitza and afterwards Rekika. And the reason for that, the Gemara says in Perek Mitzvahs Chalitza, Sholchu lavua de Shmuel Yevamot sherokeko tachloitz. If she speed up, she cannot have any more yibum, and she needs chalitza. Mechlal de ifselo lo me'achin. She becomes psulo to all the brothers. And since Rekiko poiseles to memeyabim, comes out that the chalitza is a chalitza psulo, and she has to go and do chalitza on all the achim, like it says in the beginning of Arbo Achim. And even if there is no other achim, only one brother that is going to make chalitza, if she makes Rekiko first and afterwards chalitza, that's heifach haseder, because the mitzvah is chalitza and afterwards Rekiko. And if you tell them to make chalitza in Rekiko second time, comes out a chorva, because people are going to say that the first Rekiko was nothing, and the halacha is as Rekiko is poisel the achtim from Yibum, so somebody else will be roikek bifnei ha-Yibum, and he's going to make Yibum achakach, and that's a iser. The Mamela would tell the Yevamot to be careful not to be roikek until the chalitza. The Chakiras Oedim, the Rav asks the Eidim if they know that Mrs. Ploindis is the Eishes Hameis, and they should answer Hein. They should not answer twice Hein Hein. The Choiker, if they are Tzadik Alev Yoim since the Mrs. Abal, and they should answer Hein. If the Meis left children, and they should answer Loi. If the Yovim and Yevamot are Gdoilim, Chalitzas Kotan is Psulo, but the Torah writes Ve'im lo yachpoitz ho ish, lo kachas es yevimtoi. Ish means a godel, and a ktana is also psulo, shehuksho isho lo ish. Then the Mesader Chalitza tells the Yomam and the Yevamot they should sit down. Afterwards the Rav asked the Yovam, what do you want to do now? And the Yovam answers, he wants to do Chalitza. Then he asks the Yevamot, did you eat today? And she says, no. He asks her, do you want to do Chalitza? She answers, yes. Then the Rav asks the Yovam and the Yevamot, stand up. And they stand in front of Bezdim, the Yevamot to the right side of the Yovam, like under the chuppah, and tells them to the Yovam, this is your Yevamot. If you want to be meyavim her, you could be meyavim her. And if you have an Isha, afal piken, you could still be meyavim, and there is no Iser, Cherem, the Rabbeinu Gershom, and there is no takona to be mevatel mitzvah asem in a raise, and the Yovam should answer, Eini roitzi leyavmo. He doesn't want to be meyavim. The Rav asks, do you want to make chalitza? And he answers, yes. The Rav has to tell him the kavonos of chalitza. You should be mechaven to poiter the Yevamot with this chalitza. Are you going to be mechaven these kavonos? And he should answer, yes. The same thing is asked to the Yevamot. When you are taking this chalitza from your yevimteich, you should be mechaven to poiter yourself with this chalitza. Are you going to be mechaven? And she should answer, yes. Then the Rav asks, maybe you have an oines that you're being forced to give chalitza, and we're going to mevatel all the moidoas, in the moidoa that you gave on this chalitza, and it's done right away. In Shulchan Aruch, Even Ezra Siman Kuf Lamed Dalet Siv Aleph, Im Mosar moidoa bifnei shnayim ve'omar get shani roitze liten leishti de'u shani onus, I'm being forced litno to give it. Lochen ani oime bifnechem sheyehe bottle areiz hu bottle. And the same thing is halacha by chalitza. Therefore, every chalitza and every get tzorich sheyivatel kol moido koidem sheyiten a get in a moido de moido. If he said that he's being mevatel the bittul moido, that bittul of the bittul moido, he also has to be mevatel at soif kol moidos. So this way we know for sure that the get or the chalitza was given berotzon at sheyomer roitzani, I want to do it. Forced is possible. The Rav asks the Yovam if he's a lefty or a righty. If he's a lefty, they have to make chalitza in both raglayim, and they have to have special shoes for both feet, and they should be mechaven that only with the shoe or with the regel that is kosher, with that she becomes muteres. Then the Yevamot asks, is she a lefty or a righty, because she has to use only her right hand. The Rav asks the shliach to take the Yovam, and he should take off his shoe and he should wash his foot with warm water, and he comes with towels around the foot. The dayanim inspect the foot and between the toes, and if he's a lefty he has to do so with both feet. They inspect the shoe if it's clean. If the shoe belongs to the Yovan, is good, and they should be mefarsim, this shoe belongs to the Yovan. And you ask the Yovan, is this your shoe? And he answers yes. If the shoe does not belong to the Yovan, the Rav should throw the shoe down to the ground and ask the Yovan to pick up the shoe 3 tvochim in oretz, kedei to be koine. In Perek Mitzvahs Chalitza, Perek Yud Beis, Daf Kuf Aleph Omed Aleph, in the first Mishnah, Cholzo besandal she'ein sheloi chalitzoso kesheiro. The Gemara in Daf Kuf Gimel Omed Beis, the Gemara asked, says na'aloi. If the Gemara says na'al mikol mokoim, im ken my Talmud loymar na'aloi. What does it say na'aloi? Na'aloi horo'ui loi. His size. Sheyochol lahalich boy. The Gemara brings a maase of Abai and Rabbi Yosef that he told him to be maknadik. Shu doesn't say in the Mishnah that you don't need a minhal sheloi. Hanelekatchilo, but the Rishonim clear if you have to be makne or not, and the meaning is to be makne lekatchilo, and the Ramah brings down from the Tur that is not leikuva. The Rav should put on the shoe on the right foot of the Yovan, and he should watch that it should fit his own size, not too short, not too big. Then he asks him to stand on the shoe so that the heel touches the bottom of the shoe. Then he puts the 3 chumrosos into the 3 lulos, Kisidron, Ze lemalo mize, and the retzuos, the long retzuos, the white ones, which are called musna. You should be koirech, each one in the charitz, Ze betzad Ze, and should try that the retzuos should be shochvois, yachat, beyichuch me'achurei haregel lifnim, bein ho'avir sheben hakrosim, behalulos, harei ze loch krach echot, choize bekoirech melifnim, lachurei haregel betoich hacharitz, הו עליון, שאחורי הרגל, בחוי זה בכורח מאחורי הרגל לפנים, בין הו אבירים שבין הקרוסים, בהלולוס עליונס, הרי יש לו בייס קריחויס, סוביף הרגל, בין לפנים, בין לאחור. בעוז ייחלוך למעלו מן הלולוס, מלפנים הרגל, על גבי הבוסו שאחורי הרגל, בחוי זה בהוילך מאחורי הרגל לפנים, עד למעלו מן הלולוס, הרי גימל קריחוס, ויקשור בייס קשורים, זה על גבי זה, ואחר כך עניבה למעלו מינול, עד בשר שקוראים בלושן אשכנז שינגביין. והקשר השני לא יקשור בחוזק רק בקל, כדי שתוכל היבום לחלץ ביד ימין, בלי סיוע השמאל. But it should not be too loose. The Yovan should walk Dalet Amos to show the Dayonim that he is comfortable with the shoe. The koyer is from the Oyer Zerua, Akotzer, and Shulchan Aruch, Seder Chalitza, Ois Mem Dalet. In Yereim brings down that you should walk 100 amos, or the 80 amos, or the 90 amos. You should come back to the Dayonim, stand next to the wall, or the Adaf, or the Omut. The minik is Adaf, and it should be soimech on the Daf in such a oifen that he can stand without the smicha. If you take off the Daf, he should not fall down. In Masechta Yevamot, Daf Kuf Gimel Omed Aleph, Cholatz leyevimtoi, ben oimed, ben yoshev, ben mutal tzido, chalitzoso ksheiro. The Rambam brings it down in the Shulchan Aruch, and it's a machloikes rishonim if you're allowed to make chalitza b'shas he is sitting down. And the Rambam is mashma is muter lekatchila to make the chalitza when he sits, but from Toisves in Shulchan Aruch is mashma lekatchila he should stand. And that what says in the pasuk ve'omat ve'omar lo chofatzti lekachto, that's only b'shas the amira, but not b'shas the chalitza. And even the amira is not so simple that needs chalitza leikuva. And those who hold the Yovam is allowed to sit, the Yevamot is also choletzes be-yeshiva. The Dayanim have to sit all the time by the kriya and by the chalitza and by the rekiko. And the Yovam, the Yevamot should be standing. The Rav tells the Yovam, be careful not to help the Yevamot taking off the shoe. Again, tells him to be mechaven, to be mater her, and she should be mechaven to be muteres. And they should be asked, are you mechaven to be mater each other? And they both answer, hein. And again, he asked him if he has any moido, and he says, I was already mevatel all the moidos. And again, if I had a moido, I mean mevatel all the moidos again. They put the Yevamot facing the Yovam, and the sides neged Bezdin. Then the Kriyas Apsukim before the Etzem Chalitza. The Rav is makre to the Isha and tells her to say Benishim Achas Loi Ovo. And she says Mil B'Milo Me'ein Yevomi Lehokim Leochiv Shem Be'Yisrael Loi Ovo Yabemi. Try to make it with a Shvo No. Not Yabmi, but Yabemi. And she says after the Rav Me'ein Yevomi Lehokim Leochiv Shem Be'Yisrael Loi Ovo Yabemi. If she makes a mistake, she starts from the beginning of the Me'ein Yevomi. If she can say Benishim Achas, we should say Lechol HaPochos Loi Ovo Yabemi. Then the question is to the Yovam, did you understand what she said, that you don't want to be Meyabim? And he answers yes. Then the Rav is makret to the Yovan. He should say lo chofatzti lekachto with a mapik hey, and he answers lo chofatzti lekachto. If he doesn't say all three words beneshima achas, he could be mafsik and say lo chofatzti lekachto. But lekatchila should say all the three words beneshima achas. Then the Rav tells the Yovam, dechoik raglecho leoretz, push your foot to the ground, but not so much so that the Yevamot should be able to at least pick up the foot soon. Yevamos Kuf Gimel Amud Aleph. Omar Ameimar, Hai man de Cholitz, Tzorich lemit chesei lekarei, has to press his foot to the ground. Shulchan Aruch Kuf Samech Tesiv Lamet, Yamod eitzel akoisel o eitzel amud, veyishon boy veyitchoik ragloi bekarka. And for that reason, he has to stand next to the Omo to be Mekayim the Chifa Yofa. If he didn't do a Chifa to the ground, it's a Machloikes Rishonim if it's kosher. The Ravid is Matir and the Rambam Pastelt. And the Keren Oire wants to say there is a Chalitza Psula Mina Toira. And the Oruch Laner and the Ritvo want to taine that the whole din from the Chifa, the Karka, is Aloch Lemoishe Misinai. The Shals and Shuvas Abach wants to taine that is only din derabonon, and nafkemina would be b'di evet. Some explain the reason for this is because you need the chalitza kederech amida. A person uses the shoe standing, and the chalitza is supposed to be taking off the shoe the way a person uses the shoe, by standing on it. The Noda B'Yehuda explains a different reason, because you need that the Yevamot should do the peulos chalitza by picking up the foot, so that the foot has to be down to the ground and she picks it up. But if the Yovam picks up his foot, the chalitza is psula, because the Yovam started the chalitza, and that Iker chalitza is when the Isha, the Yevamot, picks up the foot of the Yovam. Another pshat the Noda B'Yehuda explains is because you need ne'ilo, and a person shows his shoe by stepping on it. So if you step once is enough, doesn't have to step b'shas the chalitza mamish. And reminds them to be mechaven again to make the chalitza l'shem heter, she should become muter l'chol odom. The Yevamot has to be asked if she doesn't have rings. The Yovam is asked to push his heel to the ground. and he should not lean too much to the wall, and he should not help the Yevamot. The Gemara in Yevamot, Daf Kuv Beis Omed Aleph, Omar Rabbi Yanai, ben shehiter hu v'shom tohi, ben shehitiro hi v'shomat hu, chalitzo sot psulo, at shetatir hi v'tashmit hi. Everything has to be done by the Yevamot, the Hatorah, and the Shmoto. In Yerushalmi, Rav says the Iker Chalitzo is the Hatoras Haretzuos. So if he does the Hatoras Haretzuos, the Chalitzo is Psulo. That's what the Rosh is Masbir. Then the Yevamot is asked to bend, not to sit, and not to lean on her knees. Since according to many poskim, the Chalitzo has to be Be'amido, and if she is leaning on her knees, that is considered yeshiva, according to the smak. But she is allowed to bend without leaning herself on her knees. Beis Yosef. And then the Dayonim should watch what the Yevamot does. She's asked again if she is not a lefty, and she should use only her right hand to untie the shoe. It's a machloikis between the Bavli and the Yerushalmi if she is allowed to use her left hand. The Bavli says you can use any hand, doesn't say Yemin, but the Yerushalmi says Davke with the right hand. Toises Shita is that it's not leikuva, and the Sefer Atruma says the whole din is only the Rabbonon, because we know that Agidem that doesn't have hand, she is allowed to use her teeth, like the Gemara says in Yevamos. In Chulin, Toises wants to tell in one day that Chalitza b'smol is worse than Chalitza b'shinayim. The Rambam doesn't bring the halacha, so they want to bring a raya. The Rambam holds like the Bavli that you don't need Chalitza b'yamin, but the Rosh brings down we should be machmir like Yerushalmi to use Davke Yamin. If she's a lefty, she uses her left hand, which is Yamin kolodom. If she is sholetes b'shtei yodeo, then she uses the right hand, Yamin kol odom. Rabbi Motchen Shulchan Aruch and the Ramo. First she unties the aniva, then she unties the two kshorim, then she unwraps the retzuas around the foot, and according to some this is already chalitza. Then she should be matir the chumrius, mimato lemalo, and everything with one hand, with her right hand. Then she uses her left hand to grab the shoik of the yovam, and she picks up his foot from the ground, holding on her left hand, and with the right hand she's mashmit the shoe from the akev, and she pulls off the entire shoe with her right hand without having the left hand helping. And also the yovam should not help, not with his hands, not with his foot. Once the shoe is off the foot, she throws down the shoe away from the yovan, and afterwards she picks up again the shoe and she throws it second time further. And if they are lefties, everything should be done with the left hand or the left foot. Then is the rekiko. The Rav asks the Yevamot to be metzarev roik godol toich piho, but not phlegma, only saliva. Then the Dayonim are asked to be careful to see how the roik comes out from her mouth until it falls lifnei hayovam looretz, and the roik should be nikar, afilo is meurav with blood. Then comes the kriyo. The Rav is koire for the Yevamot milo achar milo, kocho kocho, yeyose yeyose, lo ish, asher asher, lo yivne, es beis ochiv, venikro, shemoy, beyisrael, beis, chalutz, hanoal. And the meaning is to repeat 3 times. Beis, chalutz, hanoal. And the Dayonim and the people who are standing over there all answer chalutz, hanoal. And some even say 3rd time, chalutz, hanoal. Then the Rav tells the Yovam to give him the shoe b'matona, and the Yovam says hein, and the Rav should pick up the shoe gimel tvochim, and he says it that he's being zoiche in case if somebody else needs it. Then they make up sure about the ksuba, and the Rav tears the ksuba. The Dayonim are matir her to get married. And the 3 Dayonim and the 2 Dayonim, all 5 Dayonim say together, Yirotzon sheloi tovano, oid benois Yisrael lo lidei chalitza velo lidei yibum. When they get up, they say, Boruch Hashem kitshonu b'mitzvoisov v'chukov shel Avrom Ovinu.